Welcome and congratulations on the purchase of your new Broaster ventless fryer. My name is Ken Felici. I am the Field Operations Development Leader here at Broaster. And today I'm going to take you through an overview of how to use the fryer, cook on it, program it, talk about the buttons, how to clean it, and some general maintenance. All right, we are going to show you the setup of the Broaster ventless fryer. So we're going to open our door here. We want to make sure our filter is in there. You'll notice there's an install date, so you want to make sure you write your date in there so that we know what day you installed it, so that you can change it approximately every 3 months depending on your volume. This tray just slides out. Notice there's an air here. It says top, and it says this side is to the front. You want to make sure you're following those rules. That slides in. Tray slides in on these little pegs, and you clip it shut. We make sure we're in there. Next, we're going to lift our element up and set it on the rest there. We're going to put our pan back in here. This will catch any grease splatter and help keep the unit clean. It's great because you can take it out and run it through the dish machine or scrub it in the 3-compartment sink to keep it nice and grease-free. That goes in. Then we've got our pot where we've put 21 pounds of oil in there already. And we can lower our element into the oil. And in here, on the back of the element, there is a fill line. So you'll just want to make sure that you're at the right fill line there. We then will put our basket shelf in, and it just hooks on the arm here. This will be important that it's on there right, because when the arm raises the basket later when you're cooking, you will be ready to go there. Next, your basket. We will close our door and we will turn it on. All right, we are going to talk about the control panel here on the ventless fryer. All right, we're going to do a quick overview. There's always going to be more details in your manual, but this will be a quick overview for you. We've got our on and off switch. We are going to flip that on. As you can see, the the temperature and time come up. You'll see that it's flashing low and that it is set at 360 in this setting here. The heat light is on, so it is heating up. You've got your keypad here. These buttons function as your presets. So if I want to go to preset 1, I hit that twice and it will change it to preset 1, which we've preset, and I'll show you that here shortly. I want to change it to preset 2, preset 5, and so on. You've got your time and your temp buttons here. This is for programming and changing those things. Your cycle counter, you have your reset button to reset your cycle counter. Always reminding you to check your oil level before you're operating. You've got your series of alert panels here. You have your product door, access door. So your product door, notice when I open the door here, the light comes on. The access door, when I open that, the light comes on as well. And one safety feature you'll notice when I open this access door, the unit shut off to heat. So there's no heat going to the element once that door is open. Once we close it again, it will fire back up. Then you also have your airflow, air filter, grease filter. These will all light up if something isn't installed right or missing, something isn't quite working right, and that'll be your indicator. You also have your high limit reset that will go off if your oil gets too hot. Down here, you've got your pull station for your suppression system in case you noticed a fire. On the inside, there's also what we call a fusible link here. When that gets hot, or too hot, it will melt, and if there's a fire in there, it will dispense the suppression system accordingly. Okay, now we're gonna cook some product. We've got our Cajun popcorn chicken here. I have my handy dandy chart that I keep on the side of my unit so that I know what presets are what. I am gonna cook my Cajun popcorn chicken at preset 4. So I'm gonna double tap 4. 4 minutes, 45 seconds at 360 degrees is what I'm cooking them at today. The VF3 in this case, the 3 stands for 3 pounds, so we can cook 3 pounds of product in this unit. We're simply gonna open the product door, pull our basket out, like so. Put our product in. We're gonna slide that in there like that, putting the handle just off to the side, and you'll see why here in just a second. We'll close our door, and we simply hit the green start button. You'll notice that it will lower it into the fryer on its own. We will then grab our basket, give it a little agitation like that, close the door, and it will count down until the product is ready. All right, we're almost done. Open the door, you can see time's off, basket's raising on its own. It's gonna sit there for a few seconds to let the grease drip off, then it will beep, you walk over, hit stop. One thing you'll notice now is the cycle counter will say 1, telling you that you've cooked 1 cycle of product in your fryer. All right, our product is done. We're gonna shake it off here, pull that out. In. Put that back. And you'll notice temperature is already back up to temp, so you're ready to cook within 10 seconds of being done. So it recovers really pretty fast. All right, we're gonna take you through filtering the oil and your daily or nightly cleanup process. So I've already turned the machine off and given it a little bit of time to cool. So we're gonna open our door here. We are gonna take out our basket. There we go. And those can just get sent to the dish machine or 3 compartment sink to wash. Next, we're gonna raise the heating element and rest that on the rest. The reason I like to do this first is so that the oil can drip off the element and you make less of a mess. Things you're gonna need to do this. The oil is still gonna be a little warm, so you're gonna need your gloves. You're gonna need your metal 5-gallon bucket that comes in your accessory kit. Your strainer. And the strainer is just gonna go on top of the bucket. Then you have your filter paper that will go inside the strainer. This down here. All right, so that has dripped off. What you can do, just grab a couple paper towels. Just give it a quick wipe to help limit the amount of grease that falls down. All right, so now we're gonna remove our pot. Again, remember this oil is still a little warm. You can see the sediment in the bottom here, and we're just gonna slowly pour this oil. You wanna do it slowly so you don't splash. You wanna make sure your bucket is clean and dry. Oil and water do not mix. All right, at this point, you can wipe this out with a paper towel or send it back to the dish machine. You'll see there's just a little bit of sediment left and crumbs. Just gonna set that off to the side. And then you'll just kind of let this do its thing. You can move it around if you're in a hurry, or you can just leave that there while you start working on the other pieces. All right, next you're gonna wipe down the door. There's 2 ways to do that. You can do a quick wipe with your paper towels to get any of the crumbs and oil off. And then come through with your sanitizer towel and sanitize door. Or this door comes off and you can set it on the counter for easier cleaning if you so choose. All right, next we'll pull this pan out here. You'll see that it caught some crumbs and a little bit of oil. You can just set that on your counter. Use your paper towels to remove any crumbs and oil. And or this can also go through a dish machine or go through the 3-compartment sink. All right, you can see our oil is done being drained. It caught all the crumb and stuff in the bottom. And then if you get in here, you can see how crystal clear that oil is. Sparkly, beautiful, ready to go. Okay, next we're gonna take out our air filter and our grease filter. The clip just comes off. This slides out. This. We'll pull the filter out to let it dry. Now this is going to collect some steam and whatnot, so we recommend overnight, as you're cleaning it, or as it's being cleaned, you leave this out before you put it back in so it has time to dry. Depending on what types of product you're cooking, it could also be a good idea to have a second one and you just rotate them every other day for optimal performance in your unit. So we've taken the air filter out. Also, a small little grease filter here. You'll just run that through dishwasher or 3-compartment sink and dry it off, and you're all set. Fast forward, everything has come back from the dish machine or dishwasher or cleaned up here, and everything is clean. It's now time to reassemble, and we'll do that the same way we did in the beginning. You'll put your grease filter in with the magnet facing the right direction to the right. It's now the morning. We're going to put our filter back in. Slides in at a 45-degree angle and then up onto the pegs, snaps in, and you're good to go. Now your element was sitting here while you were getting other stuff washed, so you may have had a little bit of oil drip down on the bottom here. That's real quick, easy. Just give it a quick wipe before you put your clean pan back down on it. And we're gonna slide our drip pan in. And then we have our clean top. You're going to put your oil in. Set that in, put your element down. Double check to make sure you're at the proper fill line. Through filtering and through cooking, some of that oil gets absorbed, so you'll have to double check to make sure you don't have to top it off from time to time. You're all set there. Got your clean basket shelf. That goes back on just like that. And your basket here. Close your door. Give everything a nice wipe, and you're done. Best thing I can tell you is keep up on this. If you always keep it clean, it'll never have a chance to build up. So wipe down your tops, your sides, bottoms, inside, everywhere, and you should be good. In addition to the things we do on a daily basis, here's a few things we recommend doing on a weekly basis. We recommend using our well cleaner, following the directions on the package to soak the different removable parts for anywhere from 15 minutes to 12 hours. It'll help break down the grease and shine everything up and make everything look brand new every week. No soap. Got here. Grease. Fill up your pot, your shelf, and your desk. So you would just take all these over to the sink in the evening, fill it, follow the directions for the amount of well cleaner in the water, soak it in there overnight, come back in the morning, rinse everything off, and dry it off again, because oil and water do not mix, and you'll be all set. One other thing that can soak, and I recommend this as well, is soak your catch pan here. Soak that. As you can see, you've got some oil that's kind of stuck on there. That will all come off when you soak it overnight in your well cleaner. Again, if you're keeping it clean and wiping it down like you should daily, that well cleaner will keep this thing looking like brand new. Okay, we are going to discuss programming your controller to get ready for cooking. So you'll notice currently it is set for 1.5 minutes at 360 degrees. Say I'm cooking onion rings at that 1.5 minutes, and I get a customer that wants the onion rings cooked well done. I can add some time simply by double tapping the time button, changing that to whatever time I want. Well, in this case, we'll add a minute, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we hit the time button again, and you will see that it is now set to cook at 2 minutes and 30 seconds at 360 degrees. Then we can simply go back to our preset by hitting the corresponding number. So we can go back to preset 1, you hit it once, it'll say P1, hit it a second time, and it will load preset 1. Same thing, you're done with cooking that, you want to cook the next item. Say you're cooking mozzarella sticks. I know that that's preset 3 in our situation here, and we just double tap 3, and it will take us to our setting for that. One of the things I recommend is having a chart like this that has the preset number, what your product is, your temperature, and your time. That way, you've always got it in front of you, and your employees can just reference the chart and say, oh, chicken tenders, that's preset 1. Oh wait, I need to cook potato wedges, that's preset 2. Or whatever your menu items, you can customize it to however you want. Different ways to do it. You can put your most popular items as buttons 1, 2, and 3, or you can do it from lowest cook time to longest cook time, or shortest to really however you want to do it. But I always recommend having a laminated chart either on the side or somewhere in the area until your team members can commit that to memory and go from there. So we talked a little bit about changing the time on a one-off setting. Say you wanted to change the temperature on a one-off setting, you would do the same thing, except for instead of double tapping the time button, you would double tap the temperature button, and say you wanted to cook those at 340, you would then put 340 in and hit temperature again. Then you can go back to your preset, and you'll notice when it goes back to the preset, it will not only change the time, but the temperature. So now let's talk a little bit about programming your presets. We talked about my handy dandy chart here. I would have that chart pre-written, ready to go before you go into programming your presets. If you wait too long, it will kick you out and you'll have to start over. So make sure you have the list of what preset number you want each item to be, what their cooking time and cooking temperature you want them to be. So to do that, you hold down the time and temp buttons at the same time, simultaneously, about 3 seconds. You'll notice they start flashing. You'll see the cycle counter. So right now it's set up at preset 0. So I am going to program that for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And you'll see right now I just talked too long explaining and it set me back out of the menu. So we're gonna do that again, holding our time and temp buttons down together at the same time. All right, so we're gonna change preset 0 to 7 minutes, 30 seconds at 360 degrees. So we're gonna hit time. We're gonna change it to 7:30, hit time again, hit the reset button to move to the next thing. We're going to change preset 1. You'll see the 1 here to 6 minutes. Hit time, 600. Hit time again. Hit reset. It'll move to preset 2. We're going to cook those for 5 minutes. Hit time, 5 minutes. Hit time again. Now we want to change, say we want to change the temperature on that one. We'll hit the temperature button and change it to 350. Hit temp again, and you'll see preset 2 is set for 5 minutes at 350. Now we don't want to do that in this case, so we're going to change it back to 360. All right, then we're going to go on to preset 3. We want to cook it for 1.5 minutes at 360, so hit that, 130, time, reset, and continue on until you get through all of your presets.